Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of My Tour Tales. I'm Eric Stone. Today we're going to be checking out the National Old-Time Fiddle Contest here in Weiser, Idaho. It's a nationally recognized contest and people from all over the world come to jam in this contest. And later on, I'm going to be playing a part of the contest. I'm not really competing, I'm just playing on the street at this place called Marbella. So check it out and we'll see you at the end. So during the Fiddle Festival, they call this area Fiddle Town, and basically people rent out spaces in their front yard for people to park their RVs, motorhomes, and tents. I mean, it's just people's houses. You see that it goes all the way back behind the park. It's called Fiddle Town. So here's the sign for the National Old-Time Fiddlers Contest. It's people from all over the country come to compete in this contest. So there's jam sessions going on all over the place. Everywhere I go, there's a jam session. There are literally hundreds of motorhomes and tents and RVs here at the National Old-Time Fiddle Contest. As far as you can see, are RVs and tents. Lots of vendors show up for this event. They're in all types of RVs, vans, and makeshift anything they can do to set up a tent and sell some stuff. It's kind of cool. So this is right in front of the Snake River Heritage Center, and all these RVs are parked here in the front. This goes on forever, y'all. Okay, we're at the Fiddletown office. I'm gonna go ahead and check in here. So people just rent out their houses, their yards for RVs, trailers. Just to somebody's backyard. They just put all these RVs and trailers and tents out here just for the fiddle contest. I guess what they say is true. Location, location, location. So here's a big sign for the Fiddle Festival, and as you can see, my buddy Ron that has the hippie school bus and all the antiques is here for this one too. So during the Fiddle Festival, you can get knives and stun guns. This is part of the entire Fiddle Festival. It's they have like a midway, I guess. Pretty cool. Lots of vendors selling cool stuff. Fiddles at every turn.
We do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side.
They have pretty much everything you can imagine for sale here, including something I spotted over there, corn dogs. Some cool cast iron stuff for sale. Oh dear. They even have my bracelets here. So Kim and I decided to order a hot rusty dog. What's a hot rusty dog, you ask? The hot rusty is a foot-long corn dog with cream cheese, jalapeno poppers layered with Polish sausage and hot honey. Wow. So this is a hot rusty. You see it's got a very hot honey on it as well. We're gonna let it cool off. It's just too hot to eat right now. As you can see, it's got a jalapeno popper wrapped around the dog. It's pretty amazing.
And the day we left, the manager was glad. The sun beyond Caracas went on down. As we motored out Chaguarama's town. Goodbye Trinidad, c'est la vie. Hello paradise, there go Keys. It's a place I never will forget, but I know for sure I've had enough of it. Goodbye Trinidad, c'est la vie. Kevin's going to say something, so be prepared. You never know what's going to come out of this boy.
I did get to spend a couple of.
Get right up on the mic. You got to get real tight to it.
I did get to spend a couple of days with Eric over the last week, and it was kind of fun. There are some guys in the crowd I wanted to acknowledge for that. Harry Solon invited us to come out to one of their ponds out in the middle of Crane Creek. You got to get there, but once you do, the fishing was good. And thank you for that.
Yes.
Eric did some fishing, but we got out over to Crane Creek Canyon, and quite a visually stunning sight. And I think you were impressed with that. But
Yes.
I met Eric here just last week at the music festival, that we got to appreciate, Nick, the job you did on that deal. Fantastic. Kudos to you, and I hope it works out well and we get to do that again. But anyway, I met Eric out there and we kind of got together and did a few things, but in the course of that time, it dawned on me that, man, his lifestyle, he and Kim's lifestyle, is so dramatically different from what I have lived in, landlocked Weiser, Idaho. So I'm trying to visit with him and ask questions about that, and where they go and how they make a living and how this works and how do they organize that. And about half the time he's talking to me, the other half he's talking to someone else that's not even in the pickup, and I finally figured out he does a vlog. I think that's V-L-O-G. I still aim to get on my first blog someday, but he's moved on to a visual log, and he's recording what we're doing throughout the day, and this goes on video somewhere, right?
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, that's the illusion to fame. All I know is about fame is that all of a sudden people are supposed to be buying me drinks and stuff, right?
That's the way it works, yeah.
There I am. But anyway, we're doing this blog, and I finally know when to shut up and when to ask questions. But I got to learn quite a bit about the lifestyle they lead, and it really intrigues me. I mean, initially went into it kind of thinking, man, these kind of a gypsy lifestyle, but there's a pattern to it. It's a business, and they go to some amazing places. So I just, instead of taking a kind of a normal break, like I think musicians will often do, I said, well, you just stay at the mic for a little while, and we get to interact and ask questions, and you guys can share some of the conversations that we had over the last few days, huh?
That'd be great.
So please, if you're curious, don't make me look like an idiot. Ask some questions.
So what Kevin's really saying is, I don't get a break. That's okay. It's fine. I wasn't planning on taking a real break anyway. It's only 2 hours. Nick. Water. I'm drinking water.
For another hour?
Oh, no, I could take a drink. See, that's part of fame that I love. I don't think they have that here. I could take a red wine. Just, I'll put it there. I can't put it here. This is my water. I'll put it right. So since you don't have any questions, I'll tell you a little bit about Chief. Step right over there so I can keep you in the camera instead of the mic. Perfect. So we have 2 other birds. We have 2 macaws. Macaws are those big, colorful birds that are about that long. And we travel full time in a 40-foot motorhome. It's just right back here. You can look over the fence to see it. We live full time in the motorhome. It's not a weekend for us. Sometimes I have to carry Kim around like Weekend at Bernie's though after too much fun. That's a whole nother story. But we live full time with 3 giant birds. He's kind of a giant. And he's the giant in his own mind. He's the biggest bird in the house, he thinks. But I've had the other 2 birds since they were eggs. I got them as eggs, and I wrote my name on them with a special pen that the breeder gave me. Thank you. So the first bird's name is Marley, and she's a blue and gold macaw. And she's the sweetest, most loving thing you'll ever meet. And she's, I think, 18 years old now. Is that right? And they've been with me ever since, been with us together now for a long time. And then we got Harley, and he's a harlequin macaw. And that's a cross between a blue and gold and a green wing. And he's much bigger and much more loving to Kim, but wants to bite my ass constantly. It's a new thing he's developed because he fell in love with Kim. They have hormones and all kind of crazy things just like people. So anyway, we tour around the country with these 3 birds and see some amazing things, make friends along the way. We have a great time. It's a great lifestyle. And we spend our winters in Florida usually, but there's no rules, so I could spend my winters in Texas. I tell you where I'm not spending my winters, Weiser, Idaho. And that's not because I don't like Weiser, and I do like Weiser a lot. I love it, actually. It's so much fun. People are great here, and so as in Macaws and Boise. But my RV can't take anything colder than about 60. Can't do it.
RV ain't your body, huh?
Well, that too, yeah. But it'll crack the pipes. It's not set up for that kind of lifestyle. So we spend a winter somewhere south. It could be Southern Cal or Arizona or Florida or whatever. So that's kind of how we do our thing. And I tour constantly. So it's winters in Florida or somewhere, and then we do like an 8-month tour, circle around the United States, usually counterclockwise.
So tell us about your day of fishing and what you know about American prospecting.
Oh, you want to hear that? Yeah, you go. Oh, that was well, the first day was freezing cold. It was 2 days ago. Remember when it was raining? Yeah, but when you're wearing...
I snuck in 2 trips.
Yeah, there were 2 different trips. The first trip we fished in about 4 or 5 hours, I think. And we caught probably 10 fish. A couple of good sized ones, 3.5 pounders. But it rained on us the entire time. And it was overcast. By the end, you can ask Kevin. He was cold as I was, or colder. We had to leave because we were both shivering so bad. Because your body temperature is soaked the whole time. That is actually on the Facebook, my Facebook vlog right now and YouTube. If you go to facebook.com/Eric Stone Band, I just edited and uploaded that one like an hour and a half ago. I haven't edited our second fishing day. I'll try to do that tomorrow. That was a good day. It was like this. But then it was hot at first, then it kind of overcast a little bit just to keep the sun off of us. And I don't know how many fish we caught together. More than you can count on 2 hands together. A lot of bass. One of the biggest bass I've caught in about 15 years. And just one after another. Whatever you threw at them, they were coming. It was awesome. Any other questions? Please.
Where's this place at? Do you have a map?
I cannot show you or tell you anything. It was in Oregon, sir.
I don't know, but I've never caught one day.
It was in Oregon. Yeah, it was in Oregon.
It was definitely in Oregon. That's all I remember.
Oh, great.
So, one I never got to, all right?
What's that? Go ahead.
I think you said you grew up in Texas. Kim grew up in Macaws and moved to Florida. But the 2 of you somehow both wound up on Tortola. How'd you get to Tortola?
Well, so for people on Facebook that can't hear that question, Kevin asked, how did Kim and I meet, basically, right? How do we end up in Tortola together? Because I'm from Texas and she's from
More
Idaho.
of a realist than a romantic. I just want to know how the hell you got to Tortola.
Well, we met at a boat show, because I play all the international boat shows around the world,
Right?
mostly in the United States, but some in New Zealand and Australia. And I was playing a boat show, and then I was already working in Tortola. I was playing at a couple of places, not when we met, but when she moved there. We met before I was working in Tortola. And so we met at a boat show in Oakland, California, and she had released a book called Yoga on Board. Is that right? And so we met and we got to know each other and became friends first, and we were colleagues, because I sell CDs, she sells books, and we became really good friends. And as things happened, we became more than friends, and I got a gig in Tortola, and she was still in Miami teaching yoga, and one thing led to another, and I said, you want to go to Tortola? And so she went to Tortola, and we played there for a couple more seasons, and then we're going to go back for our 3rd season in the sailboat, her sailboat, and we decided to keep playing in the Keys while we're getting the boat ready to make the big trip. It's a big trip. It's a long way in a sailboat. And this bar went out of business that I was playing at, so we ended up buying it. And we converted it to Dockside Tropical Cafe in Marathon, Florida. And we ran that for 3 years instead of going back to Tortola. And that's why we never went back to Tortola. We ended up closing it a couple of years ago and going back on the road again. I thought I wanted to buy the bar to get off the road. I was wrong. You can't get off the road. Once you've been on the road as long as I have, you just can't do it. So the gypsy thing was pretty accurate. No, but I used to just tour in the summer, just 3 months. And I used to tour in a Sprinter van, the big vans that I guess FedEx has, those big white vans, and it was kind of cramped. And then we did it for a long time, which meant a few hotels. You can't shower in a Sprinter van, really. And then we finally got the motorhome, and now we're touring in that, and life is much easier. So, yes. How many songs have I written? Well, I've recorded, let me rephrase it. I've recorded and released about 190 on 15 albums. But I've written about 500, and I've probably written half of about another 500. Because, you know, you don't always finish a song. Maybe I have more songs that I've never finished. Because then, you know, you write 10 songs and one of them's good. It's kind of what they say in the songwriting business. I mean, I write a song all the time. I'm actually writing a novel now, which I started 20 years ago, and I crashed it and couldn't finish it. And then I met Wayne Stinner, and I was talking about him earlier. He's a novelist that's been very successful, and he's kind of sparked the fire in me to write again. So I'm working on my 3rd chapter already, and with my books, every chapter is also going to have a song. So every chapter won't be numbered. It'll be a title of a song, and I'll put a CD or a download, depending on how the book is sold, that matches each chapter. So Wayne's kind of jealous about that, because he can't write songs. But he's very successful. And if you see me pointing, I'm not pointing in the direction of anybody but this camera right here. See this gigantic camera? It's broadcasting to Facebook Live. People are asking me questions on that too, and I can't read it. I'm not that fast, because they only pop up for a second, then they go away. All right, maybe 1 or 2 more, and then I probably should play to earn my keep.
Will you come back next year for the 2nd annual Festival?
I'd be honored, and I hope Nick will have me. I'd be honored, and maybe I'll be able to bring my duo partner next year. I don't know, you know, it's all dependent on his schedule, but 2 of us together is like insanely fun. So you never know. I can't really bring the whole band because it's just not feasible for one show, but maybe my duo partner can come. We'll see. But yeah, I would love to come back, and I hope I can. I mean, I plan on it. Let's put it that way, because I got to come back and tour here every time, because I married an Idaho girl. She got to come see her families. Any more?
One more comment to answer your question, man. Angie asked you about the American rock tech, and you evaded the question. Well, a rock chuck was killed on our fishing trip wantonly, with no purpose in mind, other than to kill, for which Sandy Pritchard has given me hell.
No doubt.
But shot a rock chuck, and Eric said, well, what are you going to do with that? And I'd already thrown it off in the rocks, and I said, well, it was nothing. And he said, well, can I have it? I said, you want that? And he said, well, yeah. But we'd thrown it in the rocks, and we drove on, got another one later in the day, and he wanted it. And I thought, man, no one keeps rock chucks, but he's so far away from Weiser, he grew up in our outlet.
We grew up in Texas. They shoot things there.
Well, usually we shoot things and we eat them. We don't just shoot things for fun.
So he was thinking a surf and turf with rock chuck and bat.
Yeah.
That's actually in the video. If you want to check it out. I didn't put the rock chuck murder in it. And actually, now that you brought that up, I was going to try to leave that alone. So, like I said, I don't shoot things, and there's a reason behind that. I used to shoot things for fun. I grew up in Texas. I hunt ducks, doves, everything. I've killed deer, everything you think of. But one day I was out hunting, and I was hunting ducks. And I shot this, I can't remember the name. It was a really hard to get duck, and I shot him really high. It was like an impossible shot. I don't know. It was just one of those weird lucky shots. And he did one of these things. I'm like, crap. He didn't just come, you know. I had to go find him. It was a long way, and I was like, so I'm out walking around with my gun and 12 gauge, looking for this damn duck, put it out of its misery, and take it home. And I'm walking, and everywhere I walk, I can't see the duck, and I'm walking. All of a sudden, I walk right up on it, and it just flies up, you know, flaps its wings, scared the shit out of me. And I just shot out of instinct and blew it in half. And then I saw its heart beating. And I've never killed another thing since that day. So when you shot the first one, the whole point of me getting it was that you wouldn't shoot another one. But you shot another one, I'm like, oh God, how long is this gonna go on?
Maybe you should take him to the golf course, Kevin, and you can see how many
But
squirrels
then,
we have out there.
well then Kim's son told us that there's a rock chuck hunting, like they just go out there and shoot them like from like 1,000 yards contest. Like, okay, just to shoot, just for no reason.
Well, you just got fish. They're roasted. I guess you ate them.
We ate the fish and I filleted them and fried them up last night. Part of them, there's a lot of fish.
Yeah.
I mean, just good fillets, and I still have more.
There you go, Kevin.
So there you go, Kevin. I didn't bring it up before, but no more, please, no more rock chuck killing when we go fishing.
We gotta leave the guns at home.
No, you can leave.
There might be some
I like to shoot guns. I have many guns on the thing, but they're for protection, mostly.
Kevin, maybe you'll see a coyote next time.
Coyotes are okay to kill, right, Kim? Kim hates coyotes. So I came to Weiser just for fun to meet Sandy, see Sandy with Kim, and they were, meeting, having fun, and I was bored, so they said, well, go to the music store. I'm like, as a musician, what the hell? Yeah, I'm going to the music store. So I met Ken, and he showed me this guitar called a Wood Song. But it was black. Only one he had in stock was black. And I can't have a black guitar because my hands are greasy, and there'd be spots all over it. It'd be terrible to have live. It's probably good to have for people that don't play. I mean, this one, if you saw this one right now, it's dripping with my sweat. It's ridiculous. So I knew I needed a wood-colored guitar, and I didn't buy it, but he turned me on to it, and I really fell in love with the guitar. And when I got back to Florida, I started searching for them because they're imported into Florida, right? Into Titusville. And I found one for $300, this one. Has a tiny blemish on it. They're normally about $700 or $800. And I've been playing it live ever since. It's a great live guitar. Yes, honey. It's my second favorite blonde. It's not, I thought you were referring to that. No, it's not my second favorite blonde. Okay. Maybe I should have Ken demonstrate that. Now, what is special about this guitar is because it's got a cutaway right here, if you can see that. So when your arm sits there, you're not sitting on a sharp corner like that. And it's got a zero nut, which makes no sense to anybody, but there's a piece of metal right here. So instead of having plastic to the first string, there's actually a fret, 0 fret. I said nut. And it makes it super easy to play, and I had it set up recently so much better. Because I'd never had it set up. I was just playing it from when I got it. And now it plays like butter. Or as they say in Nashville, like velvet. Squirming about, so doesn't let it on out, so I can have a feel. She softly reached for me, and then let out a squeal. She said, I'm so surprised, you're one hell of a guy, as she gently stroked my eel. Is that a boy in your pocket? You're just happy to see me. As she looked down by my wig belt, kinda made me blush. Is that a boy in your pocket? You're just happy to see me. And I have to admit, I got excited a bit when she showed me her octopus. Playing around on the beach. In Marbella, and it started raining as usual.
Ollie wanted a tie-dye shirt.
And we all ended up in here, but they all helped me get the gear in here. It was a great show. Now we're all going to have pizza. Our next place. So here we are doing our thing.
Email that I got. Oh, not this naked picture my wife sent me.
Let me see.
Wait, okay, hold on.
You better check that out.
Okay, here we go. Listen to this. Listen. It says, hi, Nick. My friends and I came up for the music festival. It was one of the best music festivals I've been to in Idaho. I'm originally from Austin, Texas, and I feel that I'm musically spoiled. I think I've become more particular because I'd rather hear 3 good bands than 20 okay bands. Every band, singer, your festival was terrific. I also thought the location, food, staff, stage, sound, restroom, baby goats, old bus, and even the pasture grass was great. I am just getting over a hip injury, and everyone was so nice and helpful, which helped me feel safe and allowed me to really enjoy the event. Also, you brought up my favorite bands from Austin, the Whiskey Shivers. If you ever want to come to one of my monthly events in Boise, let me know, and I'll add you to the VIP list. Have a good day. Congratulations, Laura.
So this is small town America. This is where I just played in Marbella. And we're walking all the way over there to have pizza with Nick that put on the music festival. Should be a lot of fun. So here I am again, downtown Macaws.
No, Weiser.
Sorry, downtown Weiser. And you see how small town this is. This is the middle of the night. I'm standing on Main Street. Pizza delivery.
Where you guys want a beer? We got box wine, we got 17 beers.
So we're at Nick's place. Peace, love, pizza.
We got cider.
They got a killer beer selection. Look at that.
Box wine.
Thanks for watching another episode of My Tour Tales, y'all. I had a great time in Weiser, Idaho, and I can't wait to come back next year. For My Tour Tales, I'm Eric Stone. And remember one thing, open roads, open minds.